Okay, so today we'll discuss on one more ALV program. So yesterday we have seen how to create a basic ALV report using function modules, grid display and list display, right? And we used structure or table name to display the fields, right? In the function module, we have passed the structure name, right? But what we need to do, if we need to select only required fields, whatever the fields we want, not the complete table fields. And in the other previous examples, we have selected data from multiple tables, right? By joining like EKKO, EKPO, MAKT. So in this case, we have to display data from three different tables and only required fields from three different tables, selected fields from three different tables. So in this scenario, how to display the ALV report? So that we will see. So to display only required fields, to display data in required format or in the required fields order, right? For customized report headings by bypassing the field labels. What is the option we need to use? Field catalog, right? We need to use a field catalog. So what is the field catalog? Field catalog is used to customize the report output. Output in the sense you can change the order of the columns, you can change the report heading, right? Or you can highlight the column, or you can add hotspot in the sense just like hyperlink symbol to the report output, right? There are many other features available in field catalog. What is the use of field catalog? To customize the report output. Clear? So yesterday we did not use any field catalog, right? We followed the standard field labels available in the table, right? We did not use the field catalog. So today we'll see how this field catalog will work in the ALV reports, but this is the usual practice. We build a report by using field catalog in general in the projects, right? Because we're not going to display a simple output. We are going to customize the output, depends on requirement, right? Sometimes we need to highlight a particular value with some color, right? And sometimes we need to highlight only a few columns, right? So sometimes we need to change the report headings. In data element field label, there might be some heading, but here if you want customized heading, what we need to use? We can achieve that through field catalog. Okay, so so is field catalog mandatory to display the ALV output? Is field catalog mandatory to display the output? No. So we can display the ALV output by using data dictionary structure, right? Whatever the field label, whatever the field properties available in the data element field label will be automatically applied, right? Only report headings will be available. Let's say if I want to highlight a particular column, first we'll see our previous program. What is the program we created yesterday? Does not exist. Did I create it in 2020? Let me check. It seems 2020 is not working. Someone changed the password or something might happen. Okay, let's continue with our program. Yeah, let's go by our previous program. We have previously we have created a program to display the purchase order report, right? So for this program, company code is the input. Company code is the input, and we are selecting records of purchase order created with reference to this company code, right? First, we are validating the company code. For that, we created a separate function module, a modularized function module. So we are passing company code as input, and we are returning sub-RC as well as company code value. And we are validating and displaying the error message. In startup selection, we are using another function module. So for this, company code is the input. And what is the output? What is the output for this function module? The final purchase order data. Go to the function module and observe the logic. Here importing parameter is company code, and what is the exporting parameter? Double click on it. We are using a table type. What does that mean? When we are using a table type in exporting, what does that mean? What is this type? Is it a variable, work area, or internal table? This one, et underscore po data. What type of structure it is? Is it a variable like structure, work area like structure, or internal table like structure? It's an internal table like structure because we are using table type, not the structure, right? So you know how to create a table type. Go to S11 data type, select the table type, and in line type enter the structure name. Structure or table. You can also create table type for tables. For example, Mara, EKKO, EKPO, right? In here in the line type, you can provide EKKO, EKPO or Mara tables as line types. Okay, you can create table types on structures as well as tables. Okay, clear? Display the structure. What are the fields we have here in this structure? We have fields from three different tables, right? EKKO, EKPO and MAKT. So this is my final output. This is my final output structure. And here I've written a join on these three tables. I'm selecting the fields in the same order, just like structure. Whatever the order we have in the structure, I'm selecting in the same order, right? Here in the join statement, I maintained the fields in the same order, and I am using and I am passing that internal table data to exporting parameter, right? And it is returning that final data, final purchase order records data by our company code. This is our selection condition, right? So I am in where condition I am using company code, right? Correct? In where condition I'm using company code. Is it necessary to use same company code field in data selection here? Is it mandatory? keep that field name here? No, it is not mandatory, right? So whatever the fields you are using in where condition, there is no rule that we should select them, okay? But we are just filtering data by this company code. If we need to display it in output, use here in data selection. Otherwise, no need to use, okay? Is this join statement correct? Can you guys tell me? Is this join statement correct? I'm selecting from EKKO and joining EKPO and joining MAKT Matner to EKPO Matner. Is this join statement correct? Yeah, there is no language key in the where condition. Add language key. So which table field it is? MAKT spros equal to S5 hyphen language, right? Clear? Why it is showing red? We need to use and and is missing. Now, sorry, yeah. So do we need to create a new program? No need, right? You guys already practiced this program and you are familiar. So I'm not creating and I'm just displaying the, changing the output. First observe the how the sample output is working. 1050. It is displaying in the sample output, right? It is not the proper output to display for the customer. We have to use ALV grid display at least, okay? Because list is not that much look and feel wise. Grid is better than list display for me, right? So instead of CL output, we have to implement ALV report, right? Now, do we have a structure for final output? Do we have a data dictionary structure, not the type structure? We cannot pass the type structure in function module, right? In ALV report function module. Do we have a do we have a data dictionary structure for final output? What is our final internal table here? IT underscore PO data, right? That is the final output internal table we have. That is the internal table we are displaying the output, right? Do we have any data dictionary structure created for this? Double click on this. Yes, there is a data dictionary structure created for function module purpose, right? To select only required fields, to define the exporting parameters, we have already created a structure, right? With required fields. With required fields, we have already created a data dictionary structure. Can we use that in the function module, ALV grid function module? Because it is referring to the same structure, right? This final output internal table. Can we use this structure name in the ALV grid function module? Yeah, change it. So remove CLM output. The business logic is same. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just changing the output. ALV display, ALV output display. Instead of CLM output, I'm going to display in the ALV. Okay. So that's why. So here if you observe, validation is in a separate block. Business logic is in a separate block, and our ALV display is in a separate block, right? Since we modularize it, correct? Now display the ALV report. So what is the process? Reuse underscore. What is it? Reuse underscore ALV underscore. Continue. What happened? Specify function module name. Okay, not reuse. Use. Okay. So enable the exporting parameter. Uncomment this. And in this example, I'm not building any field catalog to customize the output display. But first observe. Okay, we'll remove all this one which we don't need. Structure name we need it, enable it, and you can find field catalog. We'll keep it. We'll keep it and use it later. I'm removing all unnecessary parameters, exporting parameters. For now, I'll comment this field catalog since we are not using field catalog, and also importing. I'm not using any importing. Remove this. Tables. In tables, what we need to pass? The final output internal table. Whatever the internal table data we need to display. Pass it here in tables. And then structure, what we need to pass? What is the reference structure for final internal table? Whatever the internal table you are passing here. So you need to pass reference structure or table in structure name. Correct? So what is the structure we used to define this internal table? Double click. This is the structure, right? ZDemo S underscore PO data. This is the structure we used to define this final internal table. We need to pass our final structure here. Is it correct? Yes, that should be in capital letters. No, when you keep text in single quotes, right? The pretty printer won't interrupt anything. It's not going to change anything because it's a hard-coded value. Whatever the value you entered in the single quotes, let's test pretty printer. Did it change anything? No, right? Pretty printer is not going to work. Yes underscore. Whatever the statements inside the single quotes, pretty printer is not going to change, right? But these statements, right? These another syntaxes, it will automatically change. Okay. So depends on pretty printer settings again. So where you can find these pretty printer settings? Utilities settings. So here ABAP editor, select pretty printer. Here you have this option indent. Indent means it will format the methods like it will adjust the spacing, right? So even let me, it's clumsy, right? So if you click on pretty printer, it will automatically make it in a proper order, right? It is nothing to do with business logic, just formatting, right? Just observe, I'm removing the indent and continue. Now see how it will work. Click on pretty printer. It's not doing anything, right? It's not adjusting the code, correct? So in some systems, these pretty printer systems might be incomplete. No one has selected any settings. What you need to do? Go to utilities, settings, ABAP editor, pretty printer, select the required settings, how you want to display. If you select the indent, it will automatically align the code in a proper alignment, right? And convert uppercase, lowercase. So it will automatically, when you click on pretty printer, it will automatically convert the statements into uppercase or lowercase. So what is the selection? What is the option I have selected? I prefer to display syntaxes in uppercase and remaining things in lowercase, right? Uppercase keywords. So if you observe here, all the keywords are in uppercase, including events, call function, exporting, importing, and the remaining things are in lowercase, right? So because I've selected uppercase keyword, clear? So if you select uppercase, what will happen? Select uppercase. I've selected uppercase, not uppercase keywords. Now select the pretty printer. What it did, yeah, it converted everything into uppercase, right? But usually I prefer keywords uppercase so that you can also observe like what are the syntaxes. Pretty printer. Okay. So this is also very important because This also like in a few projects, pretty printer also one of the code review point, right? Before you are submitting your program, your program should be activated by using pretty printer. Like you have to use pretty printer and then you have to activate. Okay. Even you can see that errors in ATC checks, I think. Okay. Now come back to our ALV report. Completed, right? We call the ALV grid display function module and we have passed the final internal table and the corresponding structure of the final internal table. Please remember, you cannot pass any structure here. The structure which you created for this internal table, only you should pass that. Okay, clear? Now execute. What is this char? What is this char? But what is this value? Value is material text, right? Material text, but it is displaying some char here. We'll see why. Go and check in the structure because these are all coming from the structures. What is the data element we have taken here? Char 40. For some reason, we did not use KTX data element, right? Because it's not allowing or some other reason, right? What is the field label it contains? Char, right? It is a generic data element. But is it acceptable to display char in our output, report output? No. But as long as I am using structure, I cannot change this. I cannot change this. And also observe this. So where is the purchase order number? First column is the purchase order number. Where is the purchase order item? This is the item, right? This is the item, right? So I would like to display first column as purchase document number and second column as item number, right? Not in this order. I want to display the fields in a customized order. Is it possible when we are using structure? When we are using structure, so it will display the columns same order as structure, right? You cannot customize the output order like field columns order. So it will just follow the structure order. Whatever the fields in the structure, it will follow the same order. Correct? But how can we customize that? How can we customize the ALV output? How can we change the report headings? How can you change the column positions? What is the option we have? By using field catalog, we have many more options like you can add hyperlink to a field. You can change the color, depends on a condition. You can highlight one particular column, right? You can change the order of the columns. You can change the report heading text. There are many more options available in field catalogs. Or also you can make it as a checkbox, right? You can make it as a checkbox or radio button, right? There are many more options available in field catalog to customize the ALV report output. Okay, so let's see how to build a field catalog. So are we using type group? Are we using type group in this program? No, right? But it's still working, right? It's still working. We are able to see the ALV output, right? When this type pools or type group matters, list is matters, when we need to use a field catalog, right? Because the type structures for field catalog, the type structures for field catalog is saved in type groups list. Okay. Did we declare any internal table or work area related to ALV display? No, right? We did not. But for field catalog, we need to declare internal tables and work areas. Let's see how to build the field catalog. What is the prerequisite to use field catalog? SLIS. SLIS. What does this type group contains? Hmm. What does this type group contains? Any type group. Forget about SLIS. What does a type group contains? Type structures, global reusable type structures, right? Whatever the type structures you placed inside the type group, you can reuse those type structures in any program, okay? By adding this statement, type pools, type structure name. For example, if you create your own type structure, for example, Z test underscore SLIS, that might be your type group. Add your type group to that program, okay? And I'll show you how to create a type group. It's very simple. Only thing is it contains global reusable type structures, and we can create internal tables and work areas with reference to those type structures available in the type group. And also we'll be having constants. Constant values also already available, right? If you want to use any constant, you can write. If it is like if you want to reuse any constant declarations, what you need to do? Keep it in the type group, right? You don't need to define the constant again in the program. Okay, go to the type group. So these are all type structures, all the type structures. So we need a type structure for field catalog, right? So observe the type structures. Structure for additional field catalog, not this one. Structure for initialization, no. Structure for colors, no. Structure for color types, no, not this one. Here observe SLIS field catalog main 0. This is one type structure. What does this contain? Row position, column position, field name. What is this column position field? By using this column position, you can adjust the column positions of the ALV output. You can change the positions. You can customize the ALV positions by using this column position field. Field name is very important, right? When you are building the field catalog, you should pass the field name for which field you are trying to apply this setting, right? What is the use of this field name? You are going to define for which fields I am going to apply this customized settings. You have to pass that field name here in field name, right? Like this key. If you set, say, please observe what is the type of this? Character 1, right? Character 1, right? Most of the character 1 fields, what we need to pass? X. X or ABAP underscore true. What we need to pass for the character 1 fields in the field catalog? Most of the things we need to pass X, value X. Okay, wherever you see character 1, and this is for checkbox. If you pass X value to the checkbox field, that field become a checkbox, right? Field catalog main 1, there is another part, another type structure, field catalog main 1. It contains few additional fields. So yeah, now if you observe here, both main 0 and main 1 is combined into another type structure. What is that another type structure? SLIS field catalog main, right? So both main 0 and main 1 combined into a single type structure, correct? Now scroll further. Now observe this again. So what are they doing? Main 1 and main 0 and main 1 is combined into one type structure, field catalog main. And observe this, and that main and the another type structure got combined into another type structure, that is SLIS field catalog underscore ALV. Now how many type structure this SLIS field catalog ALV contains? This main contains three different type structures, and this one four different type structures are combined into a single type structure. Now whatever the fields available in these type structures are part of this ALV type structure. Slice field catalog underscore ALV. Correct? Now, and they are creating a table type here. This is how you manually create a table type, right? With reference to the structure. This is the structure, ALV field catalog structure. You can make a note, slice underscore field cat underscore ALV. Because in every ALV program where we are using function modules, this is the structure we are going to use. No change in it. Slice underscore field cat underscore ALV. What is this statement? What is this statement? Types slice underscore t underscore field cat underscore ALV. What is this? This is going to be a table type. This is how we create table types manually without using data dictionary table types, right? This is how we are going to create a table type. Now, slice underscore t underscore field cat underscore ALV acts as a table type, and this is the structure, corresponding structure, right? This is how we create manually table type. This is how we create table types manually without using data dictionary S11 option, correct? Now, what is the table type and what is the structure? Slice underscore t underscore field cat ALV is the table type for field catalogs, ALV field catalogs, and slice underscore field cat underscore ALV is the structure for field catalog. Now copy these two. So this is a one-time job. If you know these field catalog structures, you don't even need to go to the type group. What is required to we have to define one internal table and one work area for field catalog. Define one internal table. Or first define the internal table. What we need to use? Type standard table of. Do we need to use table type or structure? Which one we need to use when I am using type standard table of? I need to use a structure, not the table type. If I need to use table type, you don't need to use type standard table of. You can directly like this. It will become a internal table since it is a table type, right? And if you want to use structure, type standard table of you have to add. Now define the work area. Type structure name, not the table type. If you refer with the table type, it will also become a internal table, correct? Or to avoid the confusion, I'll use structure for both. I'm not using table type, I'm using structure. For today, we'll build a field catalog with old fashion, right? Tomorrow, I'll show you how to build a field catalog by using new ABAP syntaxes without declaring internal tables and everything. Okay. Tomorrow we'll see how we can achieve this using a new ABAP syntaxes, recent advanced syntaxes. Okay. But first, for now, you should understand this field catalog concept. That is my primary goal. Yeah. Now we have defined one internal table and work area for field catalog, and these are the field catalog structures. These are not going to be changed. These are common for every program. These are common for every program, right? Now, what you need to do before displaying the ALV, what we need to do? Build the field catalog. How can we build the field catalog? First, populate data to work area. What are the fields available in field catalog structure? What is the mandatory field we need to populate? Double click on the structure. So this is the structure. Double click on the main 0. Field name is mandatory. Field name is mandatory. to pass in the field catalog structure. Sorry, field name equal to, what is the first field you want to display? EBELN, right? This should be in capital letters. Please observe. This should be in capital letters. Or we'll open this structure in separate. Whatever the fields in final internal table, just observe. You have to build a field catalog for whatever the fields in internal table, right? Sorry, final internal table. EBLN is the field name. So build the field catalog for EBLN. And we need to define the order. What is in which position you want to display this field catalog. I'll also open the type group in separate session. Type group SLIS F7. So let's go to field catalog structure. This one. Double click on the main 0. So column position COLPOS. Column position. Sorry, it is field name. What is this? Field name. Field name is the technical field name. Column position 01. What type of field it is? Double click on this. Is it a numeric field? No, it's a character field. Sorry, not this one. Column position, right? What type of field it is? It is integer field. So single quotes are not required. So you don't need to pass column number in single quotes because it's a integer field. Now what is the next one? I wanted to go with my customized report headings. I don't want to display the standard report heading coming from the field labels. I want to display the customized report headings. So what is the field available in field catalog to display the customized report headings? Go to the type group. Observe this. We are in main field catalog main 0. In main 0, you have this selection text. What is this? Selection text long, selection text medium, selection text short. You can see the same relevant selection text in field label, right? Short description, medium description, and long description. So these are those fields which we use in the field catalog to customize the headings, report headings. So we need to pass the long description, medium description, and short description, right? Is it mandatory? No, these are not mandatory. If you want to customize the report headings, then only pass this long, medium, and short text. Okay? But what is mandatory? Field name is mandatory, right? Field name and column position. The remaining things are optional, depends on the requirement. So I'm providing the long text. What we need to use here? Do we need to use the text symbol or hard coded text? Now, don't use hard coded text. Use text symbol. Okay? Don't use hard coded text. Use text symbol. For this use constant. For field name, create a constant. What is the type of that constant? Use same type what you are using here. Field name. What is the type of field name? Slice field catalog name, right? Your constant name, your constant should also defined with this same name. Yeah. So it depends. Depends. Like you guys already observed, right? Yesterday, when you are expanding, it is automatically adjusting, right? If you want to provide such functionality, so you have to provide these three texts. Sorry, let me make it short. Short text, medium text, and long text. PO number. Please mute. So I populated short description, medium description, and long description, right? Purchase document number, purchase doc, and purchase document number. Now I want to add one more feature. I want to highlight. It's a key field, right? EBLN number is a key field, right? I want to highlight this key field in output. How can I do that? So we have a separate field that is emphasize. What is the field? Emphasize. Provide the emphasize field. Pass the emphasize field. For emphasize, what we need to pass? We need to pass the x value. Emphasize equal to x. Okay. Now what we need to do? That's it. Append work area to WA underscore and now let's keep it like I'm not clearing the work area. Let's see how it will work. Or I'll clear for this. So I'm not clearing here, right? Before populating the second field, what will happen? What is this? Second field is I want to display which one? I want to display EBELP. That means item number as second field. Use the item number here. And what is the column position? 2 for EBELP item number. PO item, PO document item, or I'll do like this. Yeah, emphasize will highlight. Emphasize will highlight that field in the report output. We'll see that. Okay. If you don't clear the work area, what will happen? Whatever the properties we applied for the first field, there will be, yes, they will be repeated for the all the fields if you don't clear the work area, even though they are not necessary for the other fields. Okay. So emphasize is not required for item. I'm removing it. And for purchase order, I'm adding one more field. That is, I want to display one hyperlink symbol. We have a field called hotspot for that. Where is that hotspot? I think that should be in main one. There is main one, main 0, or just search this one, hotspot. We need to pass hotspot equal to X if you want to display a hyperlink symbol. X. I think there is a typo. Okay. Now, I'm not building field catalog for remaining fields. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? So this is your field catalog internal table. So let me populate one more field, that is material number. What is the field name for material number? Matner in capital letters, and column position 3. And I don't want to bypass field label, right? Let it display whatever available in field label. I don't want to bypass it. Now activate. We have a few more fields, but I'm not building field catalog for those fields. Let's see how it will work. Now what is the next step? Instead of structure name, remove the structure name, and what you need to pass? IT field catalog equal to this one, whatever the field catalog internal table you have created here. Okay. Just observe what is the type of this field catalog importing parameter. Go to the ALV grid function module and go to importing and check what is the type it is using for field catalog. What is the type it is using? What is the type of this field catalog structure? Slis t underscore field cat underscore ALV, right? Are we using same structure to define the field catalog internal table or not? Check the data declaration. We are using same type to declare the internal table. You have to make sure we are using same type to declare the work areas or internal tables in the calling program, right? Because if there is any mismatch, you'll get runtime exceptions. So here instead of table type, we are using structure, because what they are referring inside that structure table type. Go and check. So export. Where is the field cat? This one. Go to the table type. So what they are referring here, to the structure only, right? This structure only, right? They are referring, this table type is referring to this structure. So you can use table type or structure, right? But both should be compatible. That is very important. Now we are passing our field catalog internal table to grid display. Now, now let's test the program. Activate, execute, pass the input. If you observe this, what have you observed here? Once you start using field catalog, what are you bypassing? Field labels. You are bypassing the field labels. All the standard functionalities, field related standard functionalities will be bypassed. Those are not available. You have to achieve all of them through which one? Field catalog. Now observe why purchase order number is in different color, because we are using emphasize. Why it is showing hand symbol, some hyperlink symbol? Because we activated the hotspot. We use this hotspot in interactive reports. When I click on this, it will take me to the next level output, for further output of this data, right? Navigate to the next level output, that comes under interactive reports. We'll see that in the further sessions. If you observe this, from where this field catalog is coming from, sorry, report heading, PO number, expand this, purchase document, expand further, purchasing document. These are all coming from which one? Field catalog, medium text, short text, and long text, right? Let's pass field catalog text to the material number also. And we have another key, another field called key. Here, if you observe, we have another field called key. In field catalog main, we have another field called key. Now let's see how that key field will work. I'll make that key equal to X for the item. Okay. For purchase order number, I'm using emphasize. For purchase order item, I'm using key, single quotes X. Let's see how it will work. See here, I'm using only 3 fields, right? Are we using all the fields available in structure? No, I wanted to display only 3 fields. I don't want the rest of the fields. That's why I'm not building field catalog for those fields. So they'll be ignored, right? But if we are using structure, whatever the fields available in structure, all will be displayed. There is no restriction, correct? Is it clear? And also by using field catalog, depends on some condition. In one case, you can display few fields, few set of fields. In another condition, you can display few another set of fields. So that one also you can achieve through field catalog. Okay. Depends on the user selection. You can display the fields, whatever the required fields available in output. Now let me add one more field, material text, MAKTX, right? Should be in capital letter. Should not use same column position, mat text. So if you observe here, that key statement is applied for the third field also, because we are not clearing the work area here, right? So always clear the field catalog work area before appending, right? Before using a new field. Clear? Is everyone clear on how to build the field catalog? So going forward, We are going to use ALV reports using field catalogs, right? Here, the report output is from multiple tables. We are combining that output into a final internal table, and we are displaying that final internal table data with the help of what? Field catalog. Okay, we don't need to use any structures. Is everyone clear? Emphasize is not required. Emphasize is, I don't think, until unless they ask us to emphasize it, it may not be required. But for hotspot, yeah, sorry, what is it? Same, no difference. See, this field catalog thing, right? You can copy it somewhere and you can reuse it in any program with ALV reports. Okay, just copy this data declaration, this one, and this one, this part, populating fields. Copy it somewhere, keep it with you. Wherever you are going to work on ALV reports, just copy and paste that. Copy and paste the data declarations and copy and paste the work area and internal table data populating data to field catalog internal table. Only thing what you need to change, field name and is this short descriptions and order. If you want a different order, you just need to change the order. And if you have 10 fields, what you need to do, keep on adding this one more field and change the field name and description, one more field and change the field name and description and column position, right? The process is same even if you have 50 fields, right? Only thing is you need to understand how it is working. Yes. You can keep this in include program or any subroutine if you want. Just create an include program to modularize it. Create an include program, field cat, copy this, create the include program. Did we add this to transport request? Yes, I think. Yes. I think we added this program to a transport request, right? Save. So what is the transport request we created for this program? We need to save in that same transport request, not in any transport request. I think it's task 100 something. Hmm. Practice creating transport requests. Okay. Don't create objects in your local object. Going forward, whatever the program you create, whatever the relevant objects you create, use a transport request. What is task 100? Task hyphen 100? No. Now I'm not able to find the transport request, right? How to find the transport request? Let me cancel it. How to find the transport request created for this program? Go to utilities, versions, version management. Here is the transport request, right? So this is my transport request. Copy this, save, enter the package name, enter the transport request number, click on continue. So it will be added to the same transport request what I have created earlier for this application development. The most common mistakes what the beginners will do is they'll create transport request for every object. If they create 10 objects, they are going to create transport requests, right? So don't do that. If it is single application, create one transport request for that application. Even that application contains 20 objects or 30 objects, including tables, function modules, classes, programs, includes whatever. So I modularized it using this one. Clear? Now let's display the output. I'm able to display the output. Whatever the fields you want to display in the output, just build the field catalog. Clear? So here in the field list type group, you can find options. What are the options you have to customize your output? We have a checkbox option already, right? Let's see how the checkbox option will work. Where is the checkbox? Go to main 0, main, or is it in main 0 or main 1? Don't remember. Go to main 0. Checkbox option is there in main 0. Let's add checkbox option. Let's see how it will work. Go to field catalog. We'll use checkbox option for material text or material number. We'll add it for material number. Checkbox field catalog hyphen X. Checkbox equal to X. Let's see how this will work. Checkbox also will use in interactive reports. Material number is displaying as a checkbox, right? Correct? Yeah, actually this is not required now. Is everyone clear? Can we use any field name here? Can we use any field name here? Can we build field catalog with by using any field name? For example, um, POSNR. Can we use POSNR here, which is in VBAP? Is it available in final internal table? No, right? We should not use. You can use only the fields available in final internal table. Okay? What will happen if you use incorrect name or incorrect? The most common errors you're going to face is, for example, like this in lower case, try to execute. These are the most common errors while when you are building the ALV report using field catalogs. So execute the program. You display it. Why did I activate it? It is active. Strange. But many times I've observed short dumps whenever I have used lowercase field name. Okay, it's working. Maybe they did some changes in S4HANA, I don't know. But I got errors. When I'm working on ECC system, if I use lowercase field names, I got the errors. And the other thing is, use for by mistake, when I'm copy and paste the structure, right? I forgot to change column position. I'm using same column position as the previous column. What will happen? See, no error, no syntax error. Cannot observe any syntax error here. Program looks good. Now execute the program. Is it really activating? I don't know. I can't believe this. Let me open the session again, then execute. There are many changes in S4 HANA. Yes, yes. What is not copied? Is it not available in transport request? No, I'm in include program now. Now go to utilities, versions, version management. It is here, right? You just need to refresh. You just need to refresh that SC09 structure. So it is working fine even. Looks like they did those changes in S4 HANA. But in previous versions, if you use same number, right, you're going to get runtime exceptions or short descriptions. The other common error is field name. If you provide incorrect field name, I've just removed the X, activate it, execute. But I can't believe this. I don't know how it is working. Even I've removed the field name, right? Still it is working. I strongly believe there is some issue in activation. I think if you try after some time, it should not work because I am using incorrect field name. Let me add this. Did I keep that already in here, right? No, I've deleted here. Open again. What? Certainly there is some issue in the server. It is not activating the code properly. I know that because I'm using a completely different field name here. But still, it is accepting that field name. Okay. Yes. Yes, please. Wait. One second, one second. Let me complete this and then I'll take the question and answers. So is everyone clear on building the field catalog? Define the field catalog internal table and work area and populate the field catalog structure for the fields in final internal table, right? Depends on the requirement. Sometimes we may need to add the special symbols, check boxes. We need to emphasize a particular column, right? And also we can dynamically change the colors of the columns. And the most important thing is interactive reports. When you click on the first list, it should take you to the next level output, one more ALV output. Like that, we can navigate further up to 20 levels. First level output, second level output, third level output, fourth level output, like that. Interactive reports are very important. So tomorrow we'll see interactive reports using ALV grid display. Clear?